We are going to go over some quick ground rules to give you guys an idea of what you can expect. First things first, we do this as a meeting specifically. You are all users. You're all power users. So it's great to kind of start building the community and get everyone to kind of get familiar with one another. It also makes it great to ask questions. And we are going to be starting to do these advanced user workshops weekly. So we've been doing them once a month now when we have big updates, but this advanced training is going to start happening weekly. So if you guys want to start making the most of the tool, we're here to help you with that. So we've got 87 people in. Okay, we'll keep letting people come in. We'll maybe talk for another 1 minute or so, and then I'm going to hand it off to Irma, who's going to walk us through all of the training. So in the meantime, why are we doing this specifically today? Volume's a bit low. Can you guys all hear me okay? Just give me like a thumbs up or something like that. Okay, cool. So listen, guys, the reason that we decided to do this one today specifically is because we've gone ahead and done a design update specifically on the post preview window. Don't worry, we'll show you that. But a lot of it is just trying to make it simpler and easy to use. We are doing a bunch of updates over the next couple of weeks, and a lot of it is going to be just to make the platform simpler. We've put a lot of features in there, but we know that some of them are hard to find. Some of them are buried. So we wanted to start shortening the time for you to be able to do what it is that you're doing. And so real quick, I'll just check chat here. So great. It will be at a standing time. Absolutely. It will be at a weekly standing time. And we're going to send out recordings. So this is a whole initiative that we're doing, which is our advanced weekly training session. So we'll send out emails about it, how you can register, participate. And really, this is because we have a lot of people. We do our onboardings, right? Our regular onboardings. And that's very junior, very beginner. That's for people to get their profiles set up. It's just to kind of get the basics done. But we know that you guys who have been using this a lot want to do things faster and know what you can do with the platform. So that's where we're going with this. So for today specifically, we are going to be going over the new design on the post preview. We'll go over some of the updates that came with it just to make sure that you guys don't see it and you're like, oh my God, where did things go? It's a way better system. It's a way better use of it. So we'll go ahead and run through that. A couple quick things. We are going to have Tiara in the chat. Always remember, we do our best. We do everything that we can, right? So we've got one person in the chat. We will try to hit everybody's. Lisa, you're asking me to do a volume check. I think it might be on your end because I think everyone else can hear okay. Is there anybody else who can't hear me very well, or what's the situation? Let me know and I will adjust as needed. It's a bit low on volume. Okay. Can you hear me better now? A little bit better? I'm going to hand it off to Irma soon anyway, so I will do my best to get you guys some more volume. Real quick, Tiara is in the chat. We have 107 people. We are going to try to answer as many questions as possible in the chat, so just bear with us. We will always get to it. Number two, I fully understand the next question. Yes, this is being recorded. Yes, you will get a copy of this, okay? So do not worry about that. If there's anything missed, you will get a recording of it. Number three, this is advanced user training. Okay, so we are going to be optimizing and focusing on people who have been here for a while and showing new, more advanced features. If it's really, really basic stuff that we can hit quick, we will show it to you here, but we're not going to go through full-on tutorials on your onboarding and your profile and things like that. If you need that, never forget, we literally do 5 live standing onboarding. So essentially, junior training sessions per week. You can join any one of them at any time. So just want to give you guys that as a consideration. And to be quite honest, I think we're good. So I'm going to go ahead and hand it off to Irma. She's going to give you guys a walkthrough. It will be a screen capture. And you guys should be able to see everything that we have on the go. So yeah, let me go ahead and hand it off and we'll see if Irma's volume is better than mine. So I apologize if it was hard to hear. So let's give this a shot.
Okay, awesome. Hi guys, how's it going? I really appreciate you taking the time to be here with us on a Friday. I know that Fridays are precious, so I'll try to make sure that your time here is valuable. Mark already went through all the intro stuff I wanted to go through. The one thing I wanted to echo is that, yes, this will be recorded. I know we get that question a lot. Thanks, Lisa. I know we get that question a lot. This 100% will be recorded. Just give us like 24-ish hours, just so that we can download it from Zoom after this and then upload it nicely to YouTube and get out an email to you guys and all that good stuff. So within the next 24 hours, you'll get the recording. So if I am going too fast or anything like that, you can always rewatch it. So you will be getting the recording. The other thing is that I am notoriously terrible for monitoring the chat while I present. It's something that I am working on, but that's why Tiara is just the gem that Tiara is. If you guys have ever interacted with her, you know that she's the absolute best. She's going to be in the chat today, just answering your guys' questions. Again, I echo what Mark said. We now have 117 people in here, and she's just one person. She's not an AI. She is an actual human being. So just be patient with her. If she's not getting to all of them, she'll get to them eventually. Just give her some time so that her fingers don't start bleeding. But we will get to all the questions. We'll also do a little Q&A at the end. So if there is anything that that was missed, we can always go over it together. And Anita, I agree. Everybody loves Tiara. She's the best. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to share my screen super quick. And we will start with this. Okay, cool. Can everyone see the screen? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Minimize you guys here, and we'll open this guy up nice and big. Okay. So on today's agenda, we are going to be covering 4 things on today's agenda. We're going to be going through the new post preview redesign and look. So this is the main reason why we're here. We're going to be focusing on this mostly. This is our big update that just went live yesterday, or Wednesday maybe. So we're going to go through that. We're also going to go through our new AI image generator. This is really exciting. We've been having a lot of fun with this one, so we're excited to show you guys this. We're going to go over our improved cropping for image uploads, as well as our background remover for logos and headshots. So we're just going to go through each one of those together one by one. We'll walk you guys through it. And then again, we can always do the questions at the end. To echo what Mark said, starting today, we're actually going to have these every Friday. So if there's anything that was missed that you're really interested in or you want to learn more about, feel free to shoot us off an email after this and just say, hey, next time, can you focus on this? Or here's what I'm really trying to achieve. Can you do a future training on that? And we'll definitely do that. So we're just going to go ahead. We're going to jump right in. The first thing we're going to chat about is the new post preview redesign and our new look. So I just wanted to do a little screenshot here so you could see kind of the difference between what it used to look like versus what it looks like now. So this before up here is probably what you guys are used to playing around with. This is what your post preview looks like. You click into a post, you can read your caption, you have all your options here. This is the main reason why we are here today, is to just train on the new design, which you'll see here, the after. We're going to go through each option that's on the post preview now. It's all of the same options that you guys know and love and use, but we just really wanted to try to make this a little bit more user friendly, a little bit more clearly laid out. So as you can see before, we had these icons just down here, which are great, but you would have to click into each individual one of them just to hover over it to see what it does before you can make a decision as to what to do to your post. Whereas now what we've done is we've really, really clearly and neatly laid it out for people so that it's just very, very obvious what each button does, very easily accessible. You're not having to go digging for, oh, what does this button do? Or what was this for? I forget what that icon looks like. Now it's just very clearly laid out for you. A lot of this stuff was based off of the feedback you guys were giving us. So we really kind of tried to pour our heart and soul into creating this new post preview. That's just going to make it a lot easier and quicker for you guys to. So those are kind of the two differences. We're actually going to click, I'm going to go into my account right now and share a screen, and we're going to go through each individual button here. So I'm just going to go ahead and exit out of here. Beautiful. And we're going to head into my account. Can everyone see the content calendar? Okay. Okay. Awesome. So I just went ahead and I just generated some posts for us to play around with. So let me just click into one of these. Perfect. So
might want you to zoom in just a little bit.
Yeah. Zoom in. There we go. Is that okay?
Beautiful.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So as you can see, this is what the new post preview looks like. Similar to the old one, just a little bit of a level up. So I have an Instagram post here that I've opened up. At a quick glance, you can see the platform here on the top left-hand corner. When you click into it, you can also very clearly see your other platform options if you choose to duplicate this post or post it to different platforms. You can just very clearly see those laid out. You can also see the scheduled status of the post. So whether it's unscheduled, scheduled, it's expired, it's posted, you can very, very clearly see that up here, as well as the date and time that you want to publish it on. So you can click into that. All of that good stuff is still here, very neatly laid out at the top. We've moved the duplicate button up to the top right-hand corner. We found that people were using this button quite a bit, and it was kind of lost in those icons at the bottom. So we wanted to make a dedicated button for that right up here, as well as the delete button. So if you ever want to delete a post, you can very easily click into it, click delete. You fully deleted that post now. If you want to duplicate the post, so let's say you've worked on this post, you love it, you're like, you know what, I want this to go out on more than one day or more than one platform, you can go ahead, you can click into duplicate. What that's going to do is that's going to duplicate your entire post. So your design, your caption, absolutely everything about it, the platform, the time, and then you can make changes to it through there. So let's say you want to make a small tweak, or let's say, you know, you love this post, you actually also want it to go out on Facebook and LinkedIn. You can go ahead and just click right up here and choose which platforms you want it to go on. So we've made that duplicate button just a little bit more prominent for you. When you're looking at your design, all of your carousel slides are still here, so you can still click into each individual carousel to check out the copy, to check out the design, very easily accessible. You still have your edit design button. So this is the same as edit template. This is going to take you into the editor. Exact same thing as before. It's just a little bit more prominent now. Now you know you can click right into that, access the editor, and make any additional changes. Let's say you want to change the colors or the background or the fonts or anything like that. You can click into edit design to access the editor. We're not going to go too deep into the editor today. We will touch on it with the background remover and all that good stuff. But it is there for you when you're editing your posts. Other options are, you now have these three dots here. So your upload image button and your download image button are both here. So if you love this design that the AI has created for you, or after you've edited it, and let's say you want to repurpose it for something else, maybe you want to put it into a newsletter, or you know, maybe you're just posting elsewhere that you'd like to repurpose the post for, you can go ahead, you can click into download media. That's going to download all of your designs for you to your device, and then you can do whatever you'd like with it. Or let's say you want to scrap that AI generated carousel and design altogether, and you have your own image that you feel matches this caption nicely. You just want to sprinkle in your own images. So we touch on that in a lot of our advanced trainings. I'm going to touch on that a little bit today as well. But let's say you're like, okay, this is awesome. This is talking about, you know, foodies in Austin. I actually have a great photo for that I just want to scrap the carousel style post, and I want to upload a photo of me eating tacos at a local taco restaurant. You can go ahead and click the three dots and then click upload media to upload your own image that will replace that AI carousel. When it comes to captions, of course, you can still edit your captions. You can go into edit caption. You can change anything you would like about this caption. Let's say you want to remove some emojis or add a different call to action. It's entirely customizable and editable. But let's say you just want to regenerate the entire caption altogether. You can actually click into regenerate this caption. So this was always an option, but it was a little hidden. So we've made it a little bit more prominent. And then we've also redesigned these options here so that before it was a very small drop-down menu. It was a little hard to read and it was easy to miss. So now we've redesigned it so that it's nice and big. You know exactly what you're asking the AI to do. So let's say you want to edit that caption, you want to make it shorter or more personal or less personal, you can go ahead and click one of these quick shortcuts and click to regenerate. Or if you want to ask the AI to do something specific, so, you know, regenerate without emojis, or focus less on this, focus more on that. Make this caption short, like a tweet, or 5 sentences or less. You can very easily just ask the AI to do exactly what you want it to do, and then it's going to regenerate that caption for you, as well as the accompanying slides for that caption. The next option you have is to tag and collaborate. So this is specifically on Instagram. So if you are tagging and collaborating right now when you post to Instagram, you can do that right on the platform. This was also always an option, but again, it was kind of buried down in those icons. So we've tried to make that very, very clear and obvious. You're only going to see that option again on the Instagram posts. When you click into that, you can go ahead and choose to collaborate or to tag. The two things to keep in mind is that if you are collaborating, it does need to be a user who has a public profile. That's just an Instagram rule. You can't collaborate with users who don't have a public profile. So just make sure that they have a public profile and make sure that you're typing in their handle correctly. So if there's a 0 instead of an O or vice versa, just make sure you have their exact handle in there correctly. Otherwise, you're going to tag or collaborate with the wrong user. And obviously you don't want that. So you have those great options. Let's say I want to collaborate with myself. I can just very easily go like this, add, and then you'll see that I've added myself as a collaborator. The next option you have is to convert to video. So this is probably one of my favorite features on the platform that, again, was just buried within those icons. So we've made that super, super prominent now. If you click into convert video, any carousel type post that you have, so whether it's an AI generated informational post like this, or it's a listing post or a market report post, anything that has multiple images in it, you can actually turn it into a slideshow. So a slideshow type video. So if you click into convert video, it's going to ask you to choose your slide pause time. So that's just the pausing in between each slide. I usually say try to start with 3 and then you can make it longer, but 3 is a good amount of time for people to be able to read each slide. You can choose your transition type. So fade left, swipe left, whatever kind of transition you want. And then as well as the accompanying sound to it. And what that does is that's going to convert your carousel into a slideshow video. So I'm going to show you guys actually what one of those looks like when it's ready. I know I have one somewhere here. This could be it. Oh, this is one. Okay, perfect. So it would look something like this. As you can see, it's all those nice carousel informational slides, but it's in a video format. So if you've been on any of our advanced trainings before, you know that we are really, really big on variety. So that will kind of let you sprinkle in some more variety into your posts. You want to have carousel style posts like this. You want to have videos. You want to swap, and put your own image in with the AI generated captions. You want to have as much variety as possible. I'm going to show you guys some examples of users that are doing it really, really well in this training. But that is a great way for you to introduce videos that are still informational and that you don't have to go out and take a video of yourself or anything like that. It's very, very low effort. We're going to get back to the generate AI image in our next portion at the very end. So I'm just going to skip to generate video script. The next thing you can do is you can generate a video script. So for those of you who are really comfortable on video and you're already taking videos of yourself, this is perfect for you to just generate a script. You no longer have to plug it into ChatGPT or any other model. You can just very easily click generate video script. It's going to take that caption of yours and it's going to give you a video script that you can follow. Now, you can't record on the platform, but if you're already doing this, you're already recording on your phone or on your webcam or elsewhere, you just simply set up your phone, hit record, follow this video script. You now have this great video that accompanies your post and your caption. So you can very easily click into these 3 dots, click upload media, and then upload your own video to accompany that caption. The last is web sources. So if you are generating with web, you can see where where that information was pulled from, the exact web sources. So anytime you generate with web, you're going to have that web sources option. If you're not generating with web, you're not going to have that option. It just depends on each post. And then finally, for the post preview, what we've done is we've moved the post now button out of the schedule and approve. So this was always an option before, but it was hidden under schedule and approve in a little drop-down menu. So a lot of people actually didn't know that they could post immediately if they wanted to post immediately. So we've actually moved that out so that it's its own separate button. So now, let's say you've worked on this design, you're really, really happy with it. You actually want this to go out immediately. Maybe it's an open house post. Maybe it's something that's time sensitive, like a holiday post, and you want it to go out on the same day. You can go ahead, you can click post now, and it's actually going to push your post to publish immediately. Or if you want to schedule it, you can always click into schedule and approve, and it's going to schedule that post to post on the date and time that you've chosen. So those are all the new options with the new look. We're going to go into the AI image generator, which is the new feature within the post preview. This is super exciting. We're really, really excited about this one. But yeah, for this, we just really, really wanted to make it easier for you guys to have everything that you need at your fingertips without having to go and, hover over each individual icon and, try to memorize, what does this video button mean? And what are these two little boxes mean? Now, just everything is very, very neatly laid out for you. For the generate AI image, actually, maybe I'll click into a different post to play around with this LinkedIn post. Hold on, let's go in one of these. Cool. Okay, so for the generate AI image button, so now we have this new generate AI image button. This is a great option. This is on every post, and this is a great option for those who maybe you don't have enough time to click into the editor to go through the image library. So you guys know we've got that image library in the editor. I think we're at over 6,000 photos in there now. There's a ton of options to choose from in there. But sometimes you're in a pinch and you're like, oh, what would be really perfect? A nice photo of a park back here, and I just don't really have the time to look for the ideal image. Or maybe you're the type of person who's been searching online for stock photos, or you've been taking your own photos in the neighborhood and it's just really, really time consuming. We've put this new feature together where you can just click into generate AI image. You'll see that it creates its own little description based off of what your post is about. So this one is, a cheerful family of four excitedly steps into a colorful Austin diner, captivated by a wall filled with local art and welcoming staff as a friendly waiter approaches with a menu featuring playful kid-friendly options. So this is about how family-friendly Austin is. So that's awesome. If you like that, you can go ahead and click into generate image, and it's actually going to generate an image that'll take on the background of your carousel slides. You can choose whether or not you want to toggle people on or off. So do you want to include people in this generated image, or do you not want to include people in this generated image? It's entirely up to you. You can always, I would recommend, if you are using the AI generator, maybe flip-flop back and forth so that you have some with people, some without people. You can keep it like this, you can tweak it, or you can write your own. So let's say I just want to go colorful Austin diner with local art on the walls, sunny outside. And I'm going to toggle this off and go ahead and click generate image. And then it is now taking my description and it's turning that into an image for me. So I don't have to look online. I don't have to go through the image library. None of that stuff. It's going to create the ideal image for you. So we'll just give it a second just to do that. In the meantime, maybe I'll hop in the chat here just to see if I'm missing anything. Yeah, Mark, the tag and collab is just for Instagram right now. Definitely something to look into for the future. I think it would be cool to have for LinkedIn if you're tagging a coworker. Facebook's not really big on collabs. I've seen a couple people do it here and there. Instagram seems to be the most prominent one for collabs. Thanks, she had in the caption. Did I miss the preview option? I want to be able to see what the post looks like before I post now. So Samantha, this is the preview post option. So if you look at the post, so let me click out of here. I'll give it a second. If you look at this, it's actually going to show you the design as well as the caption. So here's the caption, here's the design. Every platform looks a little bit different based on the platform. So Instagram is going to outline it a different way. Facebook's going to look a little different. Twitter, LinkedIn, they all kind of have a different view for the post. So this is going to show you where you can see, you know, the caption. You can make sure that you like the copy. You can make sure you like the copy on your slides, all that good stuff. But then depending on each individual platform, it's going to look a little bit different. So I would just recommend maybe just click into your Instagram and you can see like exactly what it looks like after it's posted. It's all the same content. It's just each platform outlines it a little bit differently. So let me just go ahead. I'm going to generate that AI image one more time. Colorful Austin diner with local art on the wall, sunshine outside the window. Go ahead and click into generate. Give it a second. Chat here. Does the video only work on Instagram? Steve, so the videos work on all of the platforms. You can post a video on LinkedIn. You can post a video on Facebook, on X. Videos will post to all the platforms. Linda likes the upload and download feature. I agree. That one's fun. Okay, cool. Give it a second. It seems like it's just a little slow. Maybe it's because I'm sharing on Zoom. So we'll just give it.
The images are always going to take like almost 2 minutes to generate. So just to give everyone a quick heads up. So when you're using the image generator, it's always going to be the longest feature, that and the listings being pulled. And the reason being is just using multiple models to come through. So just keep in mind that if you are going to use the image generator, just make sure to give it the full 2 minutes to actually create the image for you.
Yeah, for sure. Darlin, I'm actually going to show you guys how you can add your headshots. So we're going to go through adding your headshots, removing the background, and then blowing it up like mine was. So there's 2 different ways to add your headshots. You can have it in the contact card on the bottom left-hand corner. So that's probably what you have. You've filled out your contact information with the contact card, but you can also add your headshot or your logo as a sticker to your designs, and then you can blow it up as big or as small as you want. So we're going to go through that together, but I have a feeling that's probably either you haven't blown it up or you're just referring to the contact card, but I'm going to show you guys how you can add your image big the way that mine was. And then I think it was, oh my goodness, it was Joe. Joe was asking about Google Business. That's definitely on our radar. Google Business is definitely on our radar to introduce at some point, hopefully within the next couple of months. Until then, though, that download media button is perfect for downloading the media that the AI creates, and then you can repurpose it how you'd like. You can very easily, I'll click out of here. Yeah, Jennifer, for sure. Okay, let me click out of here and I'll show you. So let's say you want to post something like this to Google My Business. You can click into these 3 dots. You can click download media. It's going to download all those images for you. And then just go ahead and click copy caption. That's going to copy that entire caption for you. And then you can very easily just head into your Google My Business, paste that caption in there, and then add whichever images you want. A bit of a workaround for now, but I promise Google Business is definitely high on our radar for sure. And then let me see if I can.
Irms, would you mind talking a little bit about adding URLs and links to captions?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so there's 2 different ways that you guys can add a URL to a caption. So you can either click into your post. So we've got a post here. You can click into your post. Maybe this URL is very specific to this post specifically. So let's say you've posted a post about a listing that you've just posted, or you have an upcoming event and you have a little link to Eventbrite, and this post specifically is about that. You can go ahead, you can click into edit caption, and you could just simply paste your URL right into there. Okay, you click save, and then it'll post with that URL. Things to keep in mind though is that Instagram does not support clickable links in captions. It's not an us thing, it's an Instagram thing. They want to keep their viewers on Instagram specifically. So regardless of whether you schedule it through here or you add or try to add a URL through a caption on Instagram, it's not going to be clickable. So it's just going to look a little funky. It'll show you the full URL, but people aren't actually going to be able to do anything with it. All the other platforms are good. So Facebook, LinkedIn, X, all that good stuff. You can very easily put in a URL. It's going to be clickable. It's just Instagram specifically won't be clickable. So in those cases, if you do have a link you want to share on Instagram, what I would do is I wouldn't add it to here. I would maybe do a call to action down here that says something like, click the link in our bio and then add that into your bio. So add the URL into your bio, or you can go ahead and share this into your stories. So the same way you would share a normal post to your Instagram stories, go ahead, click share on your phone into your stories, and then just add the clickable URL in your story. That way people can click into it while they're going through that. It's just captions aren't clickable in Instagram. So something to keep in mind. But otherwise, you can do it by editing the caption, adding it to the specific post, or if you have a very specific URL that you want added to the end of every single caption that you put out. Let's say you want to add your website to the end of every caption that's generated. You can go ahead into persona and brand up here on the left hand corner. You're going to click into footer, click edit, and then you can actually add your website just right here in the footer. And what that's going to do is that's going to add whatever you put in your footer. So as you can see, I have a little call to action, and then I have some contact information in here. You can put whatever you want in there. This footer basically adds to the end of every generated caption that you generate through the platform. So this makes it super easy. If there is something very specific, if you want the same call to action, if you want your phone number included at the end of every caption, you just go ahead, customize your footer, toggle that on. Now that's going to, every time you click to generate, it's going to make sure to add that information for you just right here at the bottom. I'm going to click into here and just give it a second. Probably also doesn't help that I keep clicking out and clicking back in. But anyway, check this out on your own time. Let us know if you have any trouble with it at all. It'll take about 2 minutes for the AI image to generate. But what it's going to do is it's actually going to replace the background of your carousel slide. So it's going to plop in that background. And then of course, if you're like, oh, you know what, I want to regenerate it again. Maybe I don't want people in it, or maybe I want it less colorful or more this, you can always tweak the description and then regenerate it. The next thing we are going to go over is the improved crop. So as we click into here, we're going to go into the editor. So we're just going to click into the editor. We're going to click into the editor and we're going to go into backgrounds. So one of the things that we really tried to focus on for this launch was improving the crop of uploads. So as you guys probably know, it was pretty tricky before. If you were trying to upload a specific logo or if you were trying to upload a headshot, the crop was very finicky. You'd have to really finesse it to try to get that crop really short or really tight so that you could put it on your designs more properly. Also, if you had a really wide logo, it was really hard to get that crop to crop around a wide logo. So we were having to zoom out quite far and then really try to play around with it. So what we've done is we've worked on improving that crop. So now when you go into the editor and you click into backgrounds and you click into your uploads, so you're going to go into upload files. I'm just going to choose a wide logo to show you guys. Perfect. So as you can see, I click into the crop, see how long and wide this logo is. Before, if you guys had tried to upload a wide logo, you know that it was really squishing it. You'd really have to play around with it. Now it's a more accurate crop. So as you can see, this is perfect. You can adjust it if you want. You can adjust it a little bit here and there if you want to tighten it up. But for the most part, it's now going to see exactly the width and the height of what you've uploaded, and it's going to do a more accurate crop. So now I've got a nice wide logo. I can go ahead, click crop and upload, and it's going to upload that logo for me. My best piece of advice for this is that if you have headshots or logos uploaded in the editor and you've been using them to add to your designs, And if they've been giving you a tough time because of the crop, just go ahead and delete them out of your uploads and re-upload them now that we have that nice new crop. So as you can see, I have the logo here. Because it's a white logo, it's a little harder to see, but you can go ahead and click into these 3 dots and then click add sticker. So what that does is that turns any image in the editor, so both your uploads or in the image library, into a sticker. So I just clicked the 3 dots, scroll down to add sticker, and now I have my logo where I can place it anywhere I want on my design. So that now you shouldn't have any issues with the sizing of it, and you can really kind of scroll down or scroll up and place it wherever you want on your design. The other thing we've done is we've added a background remover. So this was definitely a very highly requested feature in the editor. So a lot of users either didn't have access to a logo or a headshot on a transparent background, or they weren't quite sure how to do that. So a lot of the times you were having to go through, Google how to remove a transparent background, or find those kind of third-party sites that remove a background and create a transparent background for you. Now we've actually entered that right into the editor. So what you can do is with any upload, so I've gone ahead, I've uploaded a headshot of myself, and if I click into it, clicked into it to make it a background. If I click into it and I add it as a sticker, I've got that solid background in the back. So I don't want that in my designs. You're just going to click, you're going to upload your logo or your headshot. You're going to click the 3 dots. You're going to scroll down to add sticker, and then you're going to right click into the sticker and scroll down to remove background. So what that does is that's going to take your image that you've uploaded and it's going to remove that background for you. So as you can see, it's gone ahead, it's removed my background. And because of that nice tight crop, now I can put myself anywhere I want on here. So this is how you would do it if you want the really large image. I know that somebody was asking about that in the chat. So this is how you would do it if you want the really large image. Again, you can make yourself smaller. You can move yourself around. You can choose to have yourself on every slide or maybe just the first one. It's entirely up to you how you want this to look. I kind of like it in the bottom right-hand corner. I don't like to add it to every post. I think it's a little overkill when you add it to every post, but you do have that option in addition to the contact card. So the contact card is this one right down here. And that's just a little contact card that gives people your email, your phone number, whatever kind of key things you want. And again, you can choose to have that on your designs, or you can choose to remove it. You can have it on one slide, you can have it on all of them. It's entirely up to you. So you can have both of those. Let me just make sure I haven't missed anything in the background remover. So once you have removed your background in your uploads, it will save with that removed background. So you don't have to do it every single time you're editing your post. It's always going to be there for you to use. You just click into the 3 dots, add it as a sticker, and you can add it to all your future designs. And then finally, I'm just going to exit out of here. And we're going to do the AI images. Let me just regenerate the AI image. And let's go generate. Let's do this again, and I won't touch it. Colorful diner in Austin, local art on the walls, sunny outside, family sitting at table. And we'll include people for this one. And let's click generate, just so you guys can see how it works. And then I promise I won't click off of it. I'll actually give it the time that it needs. And then in the meantime, maybe I'll check the chat. Yeah, Claudio. So I echo what Tiara said. It's the logos are you can't do like animated logos or anything like that. It's a static logo on the posts. And then Anita asked, do you recommend adding your cell number instead of website? To be honest, it's entirely up to you. Personally, I think that sharing your website is a lot less intimidating than a phone number. I think it's very few people, and especially I think in 2025, are going to pick up their phone and call a complete stranger. I think that a website is a lot easier to share and have somebody just look up your website and see what you're all about, and then you have your phone number and your email on there, and if they decide to reach out to you, they can reach out to you that way. I think a phone number, at least just only having your phone number, there are very few people who are just going to jump the gun and like pick up their phone and call somebody who they don't know. So I would recommend phone number, or sorry, I would recommend website, but it's entirely up to you. And honestly, if you put both, that's even better. You can add as much as you want. So you could do your phone number and your website.
And just one more, Irma, can you touch on TikTok video content, our current state, and what we're working towards?
Yeah, for sure. So right now, when you go into generate, you're not going to see TikTok as an option for generations. Reason being is because TikTok and YouTube work really, really well with more personalized videos. So as you guys know, if you are scrolling on TikTok, the videos that are doing well are quite literally people taking videos of themselves talking into their phone. It's not going to do that great with like informational style carousels. So for that reason, we decided to omit it. And then you can choose to repurpose a video for TikTok. So if you have a reel style video, so something like this, that's not a good example. Hold on. Okay, cool. So if you've created a slideshow like this, for an example, so this is the one I showed you guys earlier. If you've created a slideshow, or if you have a reel, which let me find a reel for you. Not in there. Not in there. I do have a reel in here somewhere, I promise. Here we go. Or if you have chosen a reel from the library in the editor. So either a slideshow or a reel, or you have recorded your own video and created your own manual post, you can very easily select TikTok as a platform and then post it to TikTok. So you can choose one of the reels, you can choose one of the slideshows, or if you're taking your own videos, you can schedule your own videos to TikTok. We just don't have it in the generation process. That being said, though, we have heard from a lot of you that are just like, you know what, I'm not trying to, record myself. It's totally fine if it's a reel like this. I understand that it's not going to get like a ton of reach. I just want to post on TikTok. So for that reason, we are actually working towards adding TikTok in the generation process. In order to do that, though, we do have to add more B-roll style videos in our editor, which is also high on our list, is adding more of those videos. I think maybe we have like 40 or 50 of them right now. We would need a lot more, because if you're wanting to post to TikTok, let's say every day, and you have 30 posts go out a month, you're going to go through that library of videos pretty quickly. So we need to beef up our video library first. And we also are working on beefing up our audio library too. So that's one of the biggest pieces of feedback we've gotten recently is, I think somebody's drawing on the page, is that the audio just needs to be a little bit longer. So we're also working on getting more audio that's a little bit longer to accompany the new videos, and then we'll be able to put those into generations. Again, the TikTok videos, they're going to be very informational style carousels, stuff like that, which tends to work really well on Instagram and LinkedIn and Facebook. Doesn't work that great for TikTok, but it's still a way to show up on TikTok. So it is on our radar. Chat here, add a location of a place. So can't add a location of a place quite yet. I'm actually not quite sure if that's even possible through the Instagram API, but we'll make a note of it just to look into it. Basically, we build off of each social platform's APIs, which allow us access to different things. So I'll just make sure to put location down and we'll look into that. On a side note, though, for those of you who are considering location and just more reach, so one of the things that we've covered in previous advanced trainings is tagging other local businesses or people in your posts. So for an example, I think I have a good one down here. Okay, so for an example, let's say you have a post like this where you're talking about, the best kid-friendly restaurants in Austin, whether it's a carousel or whether you've chosen to swap that carousel with an image of yourself. One really important thing to do is to actually go into your edit caption. And like you mentioned, I don't know if I didn't see the exact location, but let's say you're talking about each of these different restaurants. I would actually go in and I would tag each of these. So at Phil's Ice House, at Kirby Lane Cafe, at Salt Lake Barbecue, at Rudy's Barbecue, at Home Slice. tag each of those restaurants in your caption, and then go ahead and click into tag them in your post as well. So this is a great way when you're doing super hyper local posts to have your posts show up in more than just your feed. So these people, you know, when somebody's looking up Salt Lake Barbecue, they're going to go into the tagged post and they're going to see your image, and then you're going to have more visibility on the post that you're posting. Plus, local businesses love it when you tag them and you give them a little bit of love. So if you're tagging them, they're more likely than not, if, you know, Salt Lake Barbecue sees this, they're going to be like, oh, great, this is a great photo. Look, we got featured in this top places to eat in Austin. Let's go ahead and share that to our stories, or let's go ahead and share that to our feed. And now you're reaching even more people in an organic way. So definitely, if you are looking, that's actually going to do more for you than tagging the location will. Tagging other accounts is a great way to have people find your posts. Anytime soon. Forward a few months. I publish on time generated random times instead of 10 a.m. I have set up for posting. Dennis, if you have any questions about your posting time, just feel free to shoot us off an email and we'll triple check it for you just to make sure everything's all up to par. Usually convert my Insta videos to TikTok videos. You need more music. Yeah, totally. I completely agree with you, Mark. I promise we're working on it. Can you upload from Suno to use more music? I'm not super familiar with Suno. If you want to shoot us off an email with a link to it, we can definitely check it out. Okay, awesome. I think, Tiara, and Tanya, would you go to Phil's Steakhouse as an example and then go to tags, correct? So tagging a place, would you go? Yeah. So Sharon, if you just look up, which actually this is the questions are definitely making me feel like one of our next ones should be training on engagement. But if you look up, isn't there a problem if you have your, yeah. So this is just an example, Julia. Like I just took a photo of Kyle at a barbecue spot just as an example. But obviously if you're posting at Salt Licks, you would take a photo of you at Salt Licks or vice versa. It's just a quick example to show you what it looks like when you upload your own photo to accompany a caption. But yeah, just if you are looking to tag other businesses, because you want to make sure that you are entering in their handle properly, just make sure that you look them up online and see what their handle is, so that, you know, in case they do have a underscore somewhere or a number or something like that, you're typing it in correctly, and then you can tag them in your post. I would not collaborate with them. I wouldn't collaborate with anyone who isn't, they're most likely not going to accept your collaboration if they don't know you. So don't collaborate with them, but you can tag them in your caption and you can tag them in your post. I will tag. I'm going to each. Yeah, Instagram's the most important one to do it. I wouldn't do it on Facebook. It's not, yeah. Each day of Facebook to tag. Oh yeah, to tag your broker in your posts after they are published. Mark, if your broker is interacting with your posts after you've tagged them, or if they're reposting it and tagging them in there is helping your broker see that you're posting about them, and then they are doing something with that post, and that's helping you get more visibility, then it's worth taking the time to tag them in your Facebook post. But if you're finding that your broker isn't even seeing it, they're not interacting with it, they're not reposting it, I wouldn't tag them in your post, because what you're doing then is you're actually sending people away from your Facebook page to another Facebook page. And if that's not going to benefit you in any way, I wouldn't be tagging another company. Add your own music. We have a team song we would love to use with our videos. I love that, Judy. You can't add your own music quite yet. You'd have to add it to the video or to the photo before uploading into the platform. We don't have the ability to like add audio onto the platform quite yet, but I do love that. And I know that that's on our radar. Jennifer loves Salt Licks. That's awesome. Okay, cool. Let's see if I missed anything else. Hashtags don't have. Okay, yeah, hashtags. So I'll touch on hashtags super quickly. This is another one that we talk about in our more engagement style advanced trainings. But with hashtags, so we always say most platforms will actually allow you to add up to 30 hashtags per post. Now, with that, most platforms will actually penalize you if you use the full 30 because they consider it spammy. So we always tell people don't do a full 30. That's just overkill. It also looks really cluttered and crappy on your captions. Don't do a full full 30. You're going to want anywhere between like 5 to 10 hashtags on your post. And you're going to want to put those hashtags together yourself. Reason being is that AI is going to give you very vague hashtags. And a lot of people think that hashtags are, hashtag home or hashtag real estate. But you need to think about hashtags in how many people are actually using hashtag home every day. Thousands of people are using hashtag home. People who are in North America, people who are in Europe, who are in Asia. We've got people all over the world hashtagging hashtag home. So if you take this post here and you hashtag home, your post is just getting lost in a sea of thousands and thousands of other people hashtagging home. It's kind of like a throwaway hashtag. So you don't want to do anything that's too vague that everybody in the world is hashtagging hashtag real estate. Like, great, nobody's going to see your post. And if they do, what happens? Somebody in Australia sees your post, they're literally never going to become a client. It's not targeted enough. But then you don't want to do something so specific that's like, hashtag Austin living with Irma, the realtor in 2025. Nobody's using that hashtag. Nobody in the world is using that hashtag. I'm the only one using that hashtag. So nobody's going to find me with that one. You want something that's a good, happy middle ground. So I just put my hashtags in here because I'm in Kitchener, Ontario. So something like this, Kitchener Real Estate, DTK. So that's the name of downtown Kitchener. They have a little like nickname for themselves. Most cities and downtowns actually do have their own little downtown, like Soho, whatever. There's most cities have their own little like niche hashtags. Okay. So you're going to want to capitalize on those. Hashtag downtown Kitchener living, hashtag Kitchener homes, hashtag Kitchener Waterloo, Kitchener realtor, homes in Kitchener, Kitchener downtown living. These are all very specific. I'm targeting people who are in the Kitchener Waterloo area, people who are local to me specifically. I don't have to worry about this post, showing up somewhere where that person's never going to become my client. And I don't have to worry about throwing away a hashtag with something like hashtag home. So a nice fine middle. The way that I usually say to people is if you're interested in hashtags, what you should do is just look up all your most local iconic restaurants, gyms, bars, coffee shops. What are they hashtagging? More often than not, you do have a local hashtag. Hop on their hashtag. What are they using? Is it, South Congress, Austin? There's definitely a hashtag. Just take some time, find 5 or 10 of them that everybody's using, add it to your hashtag bank in your persona. So down here, when you set up your account, you guys know you have your hashtags in here. Add your hashtags in here, and then those will add to all of your generated posts. Now, if hashtags stress you out, if you're like, I have no idea where to even start with hashtags, it's stressing me out, don't worry about it. Hashtags don't carry nearly the weight that they did years ago. Hashtags were huge 10 years ago. They've totally fallen off now. Do not feel like, oh my gosh, if I don't have the perfect hashtag on here, nobody's going to find my post. It's just, Anita says, I know, Kitchener. Oh, and well, amazing. Yeah, you don't have to stress about it. Honestly, hashtags don't carry nearly the way that they did before. So don't feel like you have to spend a whole ton of time looking up hashtags. Don't you have to know where those hashtags? Yes, Sharon, exactly. So that's why you want to be specific with them. That's why you want to make sure that they're hyper local hashtags. You don't want them to say, hashtag September. And then great, your post just gets lost in a sea of hashtag Septembers on Instagram. Nobody's going to see that. Thoughts on QR codes. Lynn, QR codes, amazing for physical things. So flyers, business cards, stuff like that, because you need a phone to scan a QR code. I think a lot of the times people are trying to put QR codes on their Instagram posts and stuff like that. Think about, most people are scrolling on their phone. They're going to see your post on Instagram. What are they going to do with that QR code? They can't scan it. Most people don't have 2 phones to scan a phone with another phone. So I usually say if it's online, a QR code, not worth it. If it's a physical product, totally worth it. And if you are using a QR code, you also have to keep in mind that there is an entire generation who is not comfortable with QR codes, And for that reason, have your QR code on your on your flyers or on your business cards, but also add your email and your phone number on there as well. For that generation who doesn't understand QR codes, you don't want to give somebody your flyer. They have a QR code. They don't know what to do with that. And then they can't reach out to you. They have no other options other than that QR code. So you want to also add your email or also add your phone number for the older generations that do get that flyer and are like, what the heck, I want to reach out to this person, but I don't have a cell phone or I don't know how this works. So just make sure that you're accounting for people who might not be comfortable with QR codes. And then I have Stuart. Yeah, for sure, Stuart, you can go ahead and unmute.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Thanks. Hey, it's kind of a slightly different topic, but I was on a training the other day where, people were posting reels onto Instagram, TikTok, and I haven't been really great on that. So I was, jumped on that training. And a lot of the people on there were using repurpose.io. And I was just curious if you're familiar with that, because it was showing, you got to set up a link from Facebook to Instagram and from Instagram back over to TikTok and all this stuff. And I'm thinking real estate content does that all with just a click, 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 and post on those platforms all in one shot. So I was just a little curious about that, if you even know anything about them.
You know what? I've never heard of them before, but I'm going to check them out. So they're basically saying they'll take a post and then you can post that same post across multiple platforms.
Correct. But you had to set up all these links,
Oh,
kind of one at a time type of thing. And it's like, that just seems so confusing when,
weird.
here you can just click whatever platforms you want it to go to at one shot.
Yeah.
You
know what, Stuart, I'll definitely
repurpose.
check them out because I want to see what they're all about. From what you're describing, it sounds like it's definitely just the multi-post and you choose your platforms and schedule them. So I'll check them out just to see. I'm not familiar with them, but I should probably get familiar with them. And I appreciate you bringing them up because I'll definitely check them out after this.
Sure. Okay. Thanks.
Appreciate it, Stuart.
Not that I'm switching. I was just kind of curious why somebody would do that versus use you, and it's so much easier. It seems.
There's got to be, yeah, I'll check it out because there's got to be a reason for like why they're overcomplicating it, or it sounds like they're overcomplicating it, but I'll check it out just to see like what's kind of the value prop. And then I will have an answer for you if you come next Friday.
Oh, cool beans. Thanks.
Cool. John, what about a hyperlink? So yeah, John, you can add your links, any link to your caption or to your footer that adds to the bottom of your generated captions. Again, with the whole Instagram thing, it just, you can't do hyperlinks in captions on Instagram. So just keep that in mind.
Well, I was just thinking, you had mentioned that the QR code, I mean, you're right. Nobody's got two devices unless you have an iPad and a phone.
Yeah.
But a hyperlink would allow them to go there.
Yeah.
To the same place.
Exactly. So that's what you meant. Okay. Yeah. That's the exact same thing. So instead of putting a QR code on your image or your design, that's the perfect thing to do. Instead of doing a QR code, just put the hyperlink in the caption. If you're trying to send them to your website, okay, awesome. Just put the hyperlink of your website in your caption. It does the exact same thing. It's a lot easier on social media. People just have to click right into it instead of trying to find a second device, scan that QR code, open it up on their second device. Way easier to just do the hyperlink for sure. It'd be cool if Google Lens would recognize a script. Oh yeah, that's cool. That would be so cool. You'd think that Google Lens, I'm sure they'll get there, Michael. I feel like with Google Lens, like they're pretty hip and with it. They should probably get to that soon. I agree. Schedule and post across platforms here is worth the price of the admission alone to this site. I was looking at. Oh, thank you so much, Philip. I really appreciate that. And it sounds like Anita's coming to Kitchener-Waterloo this year. And yes, John, this is being recorded. So we'll just give us some time just to download it from Zoom and get it up on YouTube, and then we'll send it to you guys via email. But we always do record all of these. And if you weren't here in the beginning, we're also, instead of doing these, we're doing these monthly, every other month. We're going to start doing these every Friday now. So, and every Friday I'll switch it up just based off of what questions are coming into the inbox and what updates we're doing. So this week was really heavy on the new design, but I'll make sure to switch it up every week. I love talking about engagement, and it sounds like you guys, from the questions, you guys also enjoy talking about engagement. That's probably one of my favorite things to to teach about. So if you guys want to do something like that, definitely let us know. We're basically just going to create these kind of ad hoc every week, depending on what you guys want to hear about. Do you over cover templates or branded templates to use over and over? Sheila, we didn't go over that in this training, but we did go over it in our previous one. So we can send you a recording. You could, if you go to our YouTube as well, we have all of our previous trainings in there, and then I'll make sure to go over templates again in the future. AI video generator be an option in the future? Yes, definitely, Lisa. That's something that we're actively looking into right now. Engagement training would be awesome. Okay, I'm glad to hear that, David. Also good to see you in here, David. Engagement, please, and best use of reels, stories versus static. Yes, 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 yes. Honestly, my general rule of thumb is anything that you post to your feed, anything you post to your Instagram feed, immediately just go in that little share button, share it to your stories. Just unfortunately, Instagram doesn't allow us to do that through their API because they want you manually doing it, but it takes 3 seconds of your day just to quickly click into your Instagram like this. So,
oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, not surprising.
see if we can. So if you, I don't know, but there's a little arrow on each of your static posts. When you click that arrow, you can just click into share to stories. I always tell people share every static post to your stories. You should always have a story up. Stories last 24 hours. So you only have to do it once every 24 hours. It takes 3 seconds. You don't even have to share a new post. A lot of people think that posting a story, it needs to be like in real time, you know, you walking to get a coffee, you setting up an open house. It doesn't have to be. You can very easily share older posts to your stories. You can very easily, like, it doesn't have to be something that's happening in real time. You just want to make sure that your little story on Instagram, the colorful ring around your stories, it's always active. You always have a story up every 24 hours. Super easy to do, takes a couple seconds. And it just shows people when they look you up, they see an active story and they're like, okay, this person is an active practicing agent. It's not like the last time they posted was 6 months ago and now I don't know, you know, is Michael May an agent anymore or not? He's actually really good at posting, but not a great example because he's awesome at it. But you don't want people thinking that. I have more followers on my personal Facebook. Does it share from my business page to personal page? So with the Meta API, we can only connect to a business page. It's just a security thing. They don't allow any access to personal Facebook accounts. But that being said, if you have a Facebook business page, same thing, Maria, you just hit that little arrow on the top bottom right-hand corner and click share, and you can share it to your personal page. That way you're using the platform. It's creating all your content for you. You don't have to do it, but just very easily you're clicking that arrow, you're sharing it to your personal page. Now you've got your personal people being kind of funneled over to your business page and you're posting on both. Okay, yeah, Tiara just touched on that. Thanks. Okay, perfect. Okay, cool. Well, we're 4 minutes over the hour. That was actually pretty good. It didn't go as long as they typically do, which is good. Again, you guys, I really, really appreciate you taking the time to be with us today. We are trying to do these every Friday. So I hope that if you are free again next Friday, even if you're not, if you just hit that register button, we send the recording to anybody who registers. And we also put all the recordings up on YouTube as well. So if you ever just want to go back through and kind of learn on your own time. And then as you guys know, if you've ever interacted with Tiara, she's just literally the best. If you ever have any questions at all about the platform, if you ever have any suggestions or feedback, all of the changes we make are because of the feedback you guys give us. So please don't be shy. We keep track of everything and we are working towards improving this platform every single week. So definitely reach out to us anytime you guys have questions. And I really appreciate you being so active and engaged in today's call. It was really nice to see so many familiar faces and familiar names. So thanks, Anita. Well, you'll get the trainings in your email inbox. Best way to reach Tiara is support@RealEstateContent.ai. Perfect. Thanks, Amy. Thanks, Maria.